Now this is video from a beach north of Sydney. Just a few minutes into the show, witnesses heard explosions coming from the barge where the fireworks were being lit. The two technicians who were on board jumped into the water. They were treated by paramedics for minor injuries. Thousands of people who showed up for the festivities were removed from the area as a precaution. Freelance reporter Peter Hadfield joins us now with the latest, the details from Sydney. Peter, thanks for joining us. This isn't supposed to happen. What exactly happened on that barge?
Yeah, this wasn't supposed to happen. I mean, the idea of this fireworks display was to put the small town of Terrigal on the map, and it certainly did that. It's a small beach area about 50 kilometres north of Sydney, and the fireworks display started at 9 o'clock, and just a few minutes in, what seems to have happened is that fireworks inside one of the canisters on board a barge exploded, and this set off a chain reaction, a domino effect. And then all of a sudden, as you saw in the pictures there, the fireworks on that barge just started going up and in towards the crowd, which is what caused all that panic. Now, the two guys who were on the barge dived into the water and were picked up by a boat shortly afterwards and were taken to Gosford Hospital nearby. I should mention that the company that was doing the pyrotechnics was called Kaboom Fireworks, and certainly they lived up to their name. As I said, it was billed as the best fireworks on the coast. It's trying to compete with Sydney, and it did that, John, but not in ways it intended.
Yeah, it kind of overshot their mark there. Well, let's talk about the people who were there to see the show and clearly had to flee. What happened there?
Yeah, they cordoned off the area soon after that happened. I mean, as you heard, there were lots of screams. At first, it seemed as though people thought this was all part of the display. And then you could hear the panic and the screams in the crowd. And eyewitnesses were saying that it looked as though some of those rockets and the fireworks were coming pretty close to the beach. Fortunately, no one on the beach got hurt, but the police cordoned that off very quickly. And that pretty much put a damper on the display. This hasn't affected the Sydney fireworks, which, of course, 50 kilometres further south, were seen worldwide, and that really is the iconic thing here. But the guy that organised the fireworks, not to be disappointed by it, in the typical kind of Australian style, he said he's going to go ahead next year and try again. He said the Titanic sank and we've still got steamboats, John.
And another night we won't soon forget. Thanks for this, Peter. Freelance reporter Peter Hadfield in Sydney.